Our next guest has warned about the dangers of technology for years, believes the risks will not just drive us to destruction, but insanity. Virtual reality pioneer and Microsoft scientist Jaron Lanier joins us. Jaron, it's great to talk to you. It's been a while. I know you tend to think sort of philosophically about these issues. Where are you on the dangers of AI?
Yeah, your introduction to me was more alarming than I would choose. I think the dangers of AI aren't in the code itself, but in the way we think about it. So if we think about AI as like a new kind of person that's presented to us and we trust it too much, and we let it have the power over us that another human could have, we can actually make ourselves insane enough to do damage. I think if we can learn to use it kind of in a way that we're not so impressed by it, but just as another tool, it can really be great. And so it's really all about us and our attitude. You might think, oh, we're doomed because people have terrible attitudes. And that remains to be seen. The best case is that these programs help people achieve things with computers that they've found difficult because computers have been too rigid. Like how many times have you been at a doctor's office and you're watching somebody behind a desk stare at a screen and struggling to get something just right? And that little problem doesn't really help anybody. And we can fix that, I think, or mostly fix it. That kind of thing actually excites me because that's where you get productivity. The kind of thing that really bugs me is somebody saying, oh, great, GPT, will you talk to my date for me so I don't have to learn how to talk to my date? That kind of thing, I think, you really are not going to be the winner at the end of that. That's like not a good use. So it really has to do with you taking responsibility for being a human and doing everything necessary to be a human, and if you give that up, yeah, you can use this as a way to get stupid. You really can. But I don't think we have to. I'm actually kind of feeling positive. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's unfolding. But I actually think...
What about when the machines get smarter than we are? I mean, Eric Schmidt was on Squawk Box this morning talking about this very idea. This sort of endpoint where computers evolve faster than humans and saying it could happen. It's science fiction today, but it won't be for long. They can start to learn everything about the world and feed it into themselves. And then are we doomed?
Look, I've known Eric for, decades. And a lot of my colleagues in science fiction grew up on science fiction. A lot of my colleagues in Silicon Valley grew up on science fiction. And we have in our heads the Matrix movies and the Terminator and Commander Data and all of these things. And these images are so powerful that we think in those terms. Remember what this code is. So, what GPT does is it takes a bunch of things people have done, and it's a better way of mashing them up. Like a way to think about this is not so much that it's thinking, but it's taking things people have done and it's combining them in ways so that you can get a compound effort from other people that's cleaner than you used to be able to and more immediate. That's really all it is. So all you're looking at with these AI programs is what other people have done. It's just us. It's just a new kind of social cooperation. But I know the science fiction idea is so appealing and so strong that people just want to go there because it fulfills their fantasies from when they were kids. And,
well, they're nightmares.
Yeah, well, the funny thing about it, there's a weird two-edged kind of appeal, because you might say, well, if the fantasy when you were a kid that you saw in all of these movies was that the AIs would take over and destroy humanity, why would you want that? But the thing is, being able to relive, even if it seems very negative, entering into the science fiction of your youth has this kind of appeal. Like, you're the one actually doing it, actually having this power. And it's very hard to overcome that. I mean, the science fiction of our youth is almost like, I don't want to use the word religion, but it's like this very deep culture in us. And so it becomes our vocabulary, it becomes our way of thinking. But it doesn't really have a lot to do with the actual technology we're doing. And the thing that really bugs me about it is if you want to think of it that way, it kind of blinds you to how it can be useful. Because if you're thinking about, oh, this thing will become super intelligent, when all it's doing is mashing up what people have done, you're not noticing how you can use that mashup to good effect. It's actually, the fantasy actually gets in the way of the productivity and the benefit. And yet it's so deep. I mean, almost every technical young man grew up with this stuff. And so it's our culture. And what can we do with it? I just try not to pay too much attention to that stuff and try to focus on getting it to help people.